is again article that just came out. The Nintendo Flex, yeah, had to. Mad Guns was trolling, calling out the Switch as a kids console. Oh man, that Kirby game looks awesome. I did for sure. I want to play that really badly. I'll be honest. I just finished. I not this week. I forgot to mention, but I did just finish Pokemon Arceus, which was I would say that could probably be a kids game, but it was fun. So let's jump over here. Next topic here. So it has to do with digital games and some games expiring apparently on PS3 and on Vita that you just can't play anymore. Not sure if this is a system error. Not sure if this is something that PlayStation can go back and fix. But let's go through it. So it says here, digital purchases are mysteriously expiring on classic PlayStation consoles, rendering a random assortment of games unplayable. Over the last several days, PlayStation users have reported strange, decades-old expiration dates being applied to their digital games. So there's been a couple here on PS3 and on PS Vita. We got the first one here is from this person. Christopher Fu said that their PS1 classic versions of Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger have a setting, a date expiration of December 31st, 1969, which obviously is just some sort of error, and that they can't play it anymore. They can't go in and play these games anymore. It says here, the kicker is I tested Chrono Trigger today on my PS3 and it ran fine. Had no expiration date. When I downloaded a new copy in the capsule form so I could transfer a copy to my Vita, somehow PSN updated the expiration date on my existing install and it no longer launches. So this is for the PlayStation Vita. Now, what I find interesting about this stuff is there's a couple of instances here, like we're seeing this one. This person here, I believe. Well, that doesn't show the date there. But the content is expired, no longer available. PS1 Classic version of Chrono Cross can't be found on the PS Vita store anymore, only on your download list if you bought it before. It's on the PS3 store, but trying to install and run it tells me it's expired. So there's a difference here. This person, Edmund Tran, who I believe is a managing editor at GamesHub.com. There's sometimes it's working on PS Vita, sometimes it's working on the PS3, but it's expiring because of the date that it's saying here, like 1969, 1970, all that type of stuff. And it's weird that this is happening, and it kind of makes us rethink, or makes me rethink, just going forward the digital future with games that you're just not going to be able to play anymore if you've purchased them fully digitally, how this is going to play out. We know PlayStation has had like a weird kind of stance on digital stores. So the PS3 and the Vita, they were going to close them down. There was a ton of backlash, and then they weren't going to close them down anymore. And then just last week, they announced about the PlayStation Spartacus, and maybe people are thinking that this is kind of maybe trying to push them over to the Spartacus platform when it gets released, or whatever, the PlayStation Premium, Extra, Essentials, whatever it's called. And because these games are apparently are going to be available on like PS, or they are available on PS Now, and they're going to be available on the PlayStation Plus once that comes out. So it makes you think about the future. Like I'm somebody who used to be fully like all physical, last generation, pretty much all physical, and the generation before that, pretty much all physical. But now with the Series X and the Series S, I'm pretty much going all digital, except for when I flexing with my Nintendo stuff and like special editions, because it's just so much easier to play games digitally with my Series S up here, my Series X downstairs, and just kind of being able to jump in with quick resume. So it's just, but when you think about the future of gaming as someone who's a collector, like I have a collection of 360 games, original Xbox games, PS1, PS2, a GameCube. Like I have all like the best Nintendo GameCube games. Like, and then I still have a collection of like Switch games. But with Xbox, all my stuff's digital. And placed in PS5 going forward, I'm guessing will most likely be digital, except for like the first party stuff. Depends sometimes, but I don't ever buy that stuff at full price. But like, it's scary in like 10 years from now, because I go back and play retro games all the time. If these games somehow PlayStation, or even if Xbox does it, or even Nintendo does it, decides that, hey, we're just going to pull these off the store, they're going to expire, you've literally won't be able to access this stuff anymore. And hopefully this is just like a system error rather than something that PlayStation's doing in order to kind of push people over to PS Plus or to push them over to buying because the new remaster of Chrono Cross. Who knows? But it does make you start to think about the future of gaming in a little bit. All right, and we got a super chat here from Jonas the Dad. Hail from the great state of Oregon, enjoying an Angry Orchards ale. Also, new Star Wars Lego and Series X on the Samsung QN85A 85-inch, smooth and pretty. Well, thank you for the super chat, Jonas. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers. I'm drinking a Guinness right now. I've heard Star Wars Lego on the Series X is just, I can't wait to play that game. I'm just playing like so much stuff that I'm gonna pick that up eventually. Like, I want to get the deluxe edition with like, doesn't it come with like the little Lego figure? But yeah, it looks really cool. And just looks right up my alley and tons of content to it. So cheers. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, digital stuff. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about these games not working anymore? There's been a bunch of examples, like this person here did some testing of this year of Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger having broken expiration on licenses. Chrono Cross still worked for me. Chrono Trigger did not. I tested reinstalling some other games and they worked fine. And like this stuff here, it really also makes you think about the comparison of backwards compatibility with how Xbox does it compared to PlayStation with some of these games. Just overall, I mean, the backwards compatibility on Xbox is by far the best. They did such a great job bringing over libraries, allowing you to use your physical games for multiple like generations of stuff. And I wish PlayStation would do this as well because they do have a great back catalog going all the way back to the PS1. Like I've played PlayStation from the PS1 till now, but they just completely dropped the ball with their backwards compatibility. All right. Game called Triangle Strategy always sounds boring regardless of the praise. Oof, L for square. Every time I read a Vita, I hope it's something related to Soul Sacrifice. I really want that game back. I remember that game back on the Vita. There are levels to parental control. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Guys, just a heads up. I received a message posing as a YouTuber saying I had won a PS5. Long story short, it's a scam. They want you to WhatsApp, and the kicker is you have to pay for this shipping. I've heard that scam going around a lot with like MKBHD and Review Tech USA, where they're making you believe that, yeah, anyways, it's a scam. So just don't reply to that stuff. All right. PlayStation is basically trying to pull a Nintendo. Yeah, most likely with like the virtual console stuff, right? With the Wii U and the Wii. Can you even access those games anymore on the Nintendo Virtual Console? And then they are drip feeding you like the stupid monthly games that you've probably bought like 100 times already that they want you to pay another monthly subscription for just to get access to them. Like ridiculous. Yeah, the Nintendo Online sucks. I don't pay for it. Do not pay for that. They want to spend more anyways, make them pay $18 a month. Yeah, that's it. That's what people are saying this could be. Could be another anti-consumer move. It's hard to believe that just because why? like why do that other than just to be idiots, I guess. I don't know. Like they're trying to push people over to the PlayStation Plus, but I feel like this would be over. We've already seen people with the backlash of them trying to turn off the PlayStation 3 and the Vita stores. This would just add to that to an immense proportion. So it could just be a system error, but yeah, because the expiration date makes it feel like it's just some sort of system error that they have to fix. The problem is here is if not enough people complain about this, let's say it's just these like 5-6 guys on Twitter talking about it, like they don't have that much traction on it, right? Like 5 likes, 1 quote tweet, whatever. No one gives a shit, right? Okay, this one's a little bit bigger. Still, like relatively, no one really gives a shit, right? 18 quote tweets, 56 retweets. And this one's a little bit bigger, a little bit better. So they give a little bit of a shit about this, guys. But if no one gives a shit about this, right? They're not going to go back and fix these things. If it is just a system, they're probably just going to let it run. And then I guess at the end of the day, hope that you sign up for PlayStation Plus to play these games, which I'd be ridiculous if you did that. Didn't Chrono Cross bomb recently? Potentially the remake did? I don't know. Or the not remake, the remaster. Sorry. Digital has more benefits in my house than physical. Game share with my son and the ability to jump from game to game without changing the disc. Yeah, I mean, that's where, for me right now, this generation with the Series X and the Series S, where digital just has a huge benefit because obviously the Series S doesn't have a disc drive, and just jumping between games. I've bought a couple physical games on Xbox, and I've regretted it because I can't just come up here where I'm streaming, launch my Series S and play it. I always have to play on my big screen downstairs, which was annoying, and that's kind of how they get you with digital stuff. And then Game Pass, right? Game Pass just kind of forget about physical game.